All right, guys, it's Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. I was getting ready to start spreading some filler, but I think I'm going to wait until tomorrow morning. The smell always gets in the house, and it just irritates the crap out of my wife, so I think I'll just wait till tomorrow, and now I can have the door up a little bit, kind of help exhaust it a little bit. All the grinding is finished, so it's pretty much ready for filler. It was a lot of work. That was a lot of grinding, like hours of grinding, especially around that rod that I welded to the firewall on both sides. It was just tedious, you know. I'd use my grinder for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then I would shut it down. I'd let it cool off for about an hour because I didn't want to burn it up. These things, you know, they get hot as hell when you're using them for a long period of time. I don't want to have to buy another one, so I let it cool down. It took it 3 stages basically of that, but it took quite a bit of different tools to get into all the nooks and crannies of everything, but it is going to look fantastic when it's done. I'm glad I spent the time and put that little piece of rod in there because it already kind of looks like a bead rolled firewall like it is. So I'm really happy with my low carb dipstick mount I made there. It's going to look pretty awesome. I had to modify. I always change the dimmer switch out on the 55s. The dimmer switch on a 55, it mounts from on this side, and the wiring is always visible under the hood. If you look hard enough, you can see it. I always change them out to the early 70s Chevy pickup. I'm not sure when they started that specific one and how far it goes, but that dimmer switch for that truck is always in stock at my local parts stores, and it's only like $9 or something. So anyway, I always change them out to that. It's the same 3-wire plug-in. So I just always change them out, but they actually mount on the inside, so you don't get any weather on your connections and stuff, you know, because they're inside. So anyway, that's why I always change them out. But not only are the availability, it's the cheap. They're cheap, and they go inside instead of outside. But these originally have a big ass hole right here, and right in the middle. And I made a piece out of sheet metal, and I welded it all up solid, and I ground it. And then I took some 1/4x20 square nuts and welded them, the factory mounting holes. I just welded them to that. So now it'll mount on the inside, and I won't have to have somebody, you know, holding a wrench for me if I ever had to change it, and me on the inside of the ratchet. So that's a pretty simple deal there. I just never liked that it's out here in the open. I remember an old 4-door I had, the bright lights didn't ever seem to work right. They'd come on and off and on and off, and when I got ready to change that dimmer switch out, the wiring plug in and everything was just green corroded. So anyway, I always change them out, put them on the inside. Man, oh man, that was a ton of grinding. You should have seen the pile of, oh, here's some of it right here. Look at all that metal dust in there from grinding. Anyway, I guess I'm going to do the filler tomorrow. I was going to do it, but I don't want my wife having to smell it tonight and get mad at me. So I'm going to hit it first thing in the morning, and hopefully by tomorrow evening this firewall is hopefully in primer. I didn't expect it to take me that long, but there was more stuff that I had to do, you know, and I also had to trim out my pinch weld lip there. That 700R4 always drags. Once I get the motor up from the motor mounts high enough to come forward, it always drags that tranny. So I went ahead and trimmed it down. Some of them, the spot welds from the factory, I actually got, they're removed now. So I wire weld the inside, on the inside of the car on the pinch weld. I'm going to go back and I'm going to put a whole bunch of tack welds all around that, because I got to reseam seal the whole car. I've got it all busted out of it, so I want to do that before I seam seal it, make sure that's good and tied to the body good. I do have to go find my access panel. It's in my shed, and I don't really want these hideous screws going through there, so I've kind of trying to decide what to do there. I haven't Haven't quite decided. I'd like to sheet metal that up completely because you know, you don't need it for a 700R4. But anyway, I may trim it out enough to get past this this lip and then just use the original panel on there and then just weld it all up. I just haven't decided yet. I'm going to go dig it out and kind of look at it and see what I need to do. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start picking up my tools and I guess get ready for a big day tomorrow.